When Piper was born, I was having twins, so I was quite large. Went to Royal Victoria Hospital in Barrie where they were born.
They seemed perfectly healthy, happy, beautiful little girls.
It was about 2 months old. Piper turned yellow like a banana, and we went to the hospital, and they weren't sure why she was yellow. They did a whole bunch of tests, and then they ended up sending us by ambulance down to Sick Kids.
Pretty much diagnosed her just by looking at her.
She had Alagille syndrome.
The Alagille syndrome that Piper was diagnosed with had injured her liver and was impacting the healthy development of her heart and kidneys, but was also affecting her overall growth.
So she ended up having a G-tube put in when she was 1 year old, because she was at that point 11 pounds. When she was 2 years old, they did an ostomy.
Again, because it's so early, we didn't know the depth of the number of drugs and the number of surgeries that she would have to go through in the next few years.
In July 2014, Piper was, for probably about a couple weeks, she was experiencing a low-level fever, and then she started to swell up actually a little bit. Her GI doctor said, no, you need to bring her in. There's something going on, we think, with maybe her kidneys. And then from there we went to the Children's Hospital here in Winnipeg. And then we were medevaced out 2 days later on the Thursday to Sick Kids. Her kidneys had started getting really bad, and the doctors had said that she was going to need surgery to put in a line for dialysis. So we went in for surgery, and she didn't wake up from the surgery. She went into a coma. 2 doctors and the social worker showed up in the ICU and basically said, you need to get your husband and Piper's sister here. They need to come now.
That was the life changer. That was, you need to get here tonight.
Hank and Callista got to Toronto through the David Foster Foundation. The foundation made all the travel arrangements to get Callista and Hank to Toronto as quick as possible.
The little girl that I had left a week earlier, she wasn't there anymore. I seen those little girls with machines hooked up to her. All the lines. It was scary. Real scary. My oldest boy was killed in a car accident a week after graduating high school. And I thought that was the worst feeling in my life. And watching Piper go through this and knowing those horrible feelings of losing a child, I couldn't do it again. I cannot lose another child. Not for something like this. She's so far gone. Right now, there's nothing but machines keeping her alive. So on the 9th, when they came in the morning and they said, we have a liver for you.
Once the surgeon, he mentioned that once they opened her up, they didn't realize how bad she was. He told us that they figured she was only a day or 2 away from passing if we hadn't gotten the liver in time.
9.5 hours the surgery took.
And then one of the doctors came over, and it was awful because she said, we can't detect any brain activity.
Just one eye was dilated, the other eye is non-responsive.
You don't want to say it out loud, but you're wondering, can I donate her organs to someone else? Because her heart was still good, and I don't know what other organs she can use. So we never talked about it, but I know both of us were thinking it. And after the 2 hours, we were lucky. The doctor came in and told us, and she said, everything's good. They found the brain activity, so that was wonderful.
Because of the David Foster Foundation, Callista and I were able to be there. That Cynthia was able to stay strong while she was there because she wasn't worried about me or Callista or our finances. What would have been different if we weren't there? What would have been different if Cynthia couldn't stay there because she couldn't afford to stay there? There's so many ifs. David Foster Foundation took all those ifs away.
If I had a chance to say anything to David Foster, I would say thank you. You don't know my family at all. You don't know Piper. I'm very overwhelmed by the fact that you helped us, that your foundation did this for us. It has made a huge impact to our life.